I'm just getting ready to welcome everyone to Epic Sketch Time. Epic Sketch Time is a weekly online drawing group. Currently, we're meeting on Mondays at 4:30, but that can always, Tuesday at 4:30 Pacific time. We have 4 people signed up on Eventbrite today, so we might see some new faces. So far, no one's signing in. That's to be expected, but who knows? We might see some wonderful faces popping in. I'm going to go ahead and just as a precaution, turn off the multiple share screen option until we're about 15 minutes in, or unless we have some immediate show and tell, but I think we can hold off for a few minutes. Let's do a round of introductions with names, locations, and the projects you're working on today. My name is Mark Monlux. I'm the host of this group, and I live in Tacoma, Washington. Today, I'm going to be working on a deck of playing cards, specifically getting the frames with the various suit numbers all prepped. I got some files I used last time, and I'm going to start dropping things in today. Bill, you're next.
I am Bill Morse. I'm a cartoonist and illustrator living in Seattle, Washington, and today I am working on my comic strip Rhapsodies.
Katie, you're up.
Hi, this is Katie C. I'm an artist and author from Bonnie Lake, Washington, and you can follow me on Instagram at Evil Girlfriend Media. I am continuing to work on my Obey fan art. It's for the movie They Live and 007 and a love of rotten cats.
It just occurred to me as a joke, though it may make things a third level that would complicate it, but having the cat be an alien under the lenses might have possibilities.
I don't know.
We have not seen They Live, but there was another movie. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was pretty bad. It had George Cukor in it. And it was all about this creature. It was basically, people referred to it as the Inside Out cat.
Ooh.
It was this creature that its exterior was a white Persian cat, but when it got old defensive and started hissing, it would kind of split open and become this kind of skin cat that was extremely venomous and would make your blood cells in your body overpopulate and your blood would start shooting out your veins.
Was that on a boat by chance?
Yes, and I think it was called The Uninvited.
Yes. Okay, I saw that.
Now, I don't think you want to have The Uninvited kitty cat on your list because it's a little too, it's not exactly a mainstream movie that people know about. But Katie, kudos for you for knowing what I was talking about.
See, George Cukor was the actor who played Hannibal on the A-Team, right?
Oh, pardon me, wrong actor then.
No, it was a different actor, but I know which one you're talking about. And then there was a guy named Rob who was in a show called Silk Stockings. I think it was like one of his first movies. And there was like one more person.
This guy was in a movie called Thunderfoot and Lightning with Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
I'm going to look. Old-time character actor. He was also starred in some films with Paul Newman. Let's see. By the way, if you haven't watched it, Thunderfoot and Lightning's great bank robbery movie.
Okay. I think it's one of the ones I know of, but don't know.
Thunderfoot and Lightfoot. I mean, Thunderbolt
right.
and Lightfoot. Let's see. And here we go. George Kennedy. Okay, I had the K part going, but let's take a quick look to see what movies George Kennedy has been in over the years. Let's see, he was in I'm looking for the more famous ones. He did a lot of, B and C rated films like The Gambler, Another Happy Day, 6 Days in Paradise, a couple 5 episodes of The Young and the Restless back in 2010. Let's go up to let's see. He was in Small Soldiers as a voice of Brick Bazooka. That's interesting. I didn't realize that. Let's see. The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear. I'm looking for other famous movies because I even I haven't seen Demon Warp yet, but I'm willing to give that a try. There it is, The Uninvited, straight to video, 1987. Creep Show 2, Delta Force. He start 2 episodes of the Love Boat. Sorry, Love Belt. That's the wrong thing. Maybe some. Oh, and an episode on Fantasy Island. He was one of the leads on Concorde Airport 1979. I remember watching that one. Death on the Nile. The old one, not the new one. Earthquake. The old one, not the new one.
I'm not sure if I was aware of a new earthquake.
The Dirty Dozen.
The new one?
No, the old one.
Okay. There was another version, a remake of it that I think was may have been direct to television.
Boy, he had a long career in both the television and movies. Looks like he did a ton of work from throughout the 50s and the 60s, mainly on television, and then started doing movies. Anyway, I always enjoyed him as a character actor. Did you guys do anything interesting over the weekend, or were you all in the middle of holiday preparations?
I was on the final home stretch of my Christmas story, of which I'm happy to say I've pretty much finished. I'm in the middle of New Year's right now. And I finally thought of a way to end it that is a bit of a cop-out, I admit, but I think it works. I am not working on the New Year's strip at the moment because I like to space them out, and I spent a good chunk of the morning on it.
I
We
watched.
find.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. You go ahead.
I watched Bullet Train on Netflix with my wife.
Oh, nice.
So I give that an 8. It was a fun film. What were you about to say, Katie?
Oh, just that we finally put up our Christmas tree, but we didn't put any ornaments on it. I'm not even sure if it will get ornaments on it before Sunday, but we put the tree up. I mean, that was some fanfare. We just were kind of not feeling it, or I wasn't feeling it this year. And then I had never seen the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version.
I have yet to see it either.
So
How was
I watched
that?
It was okay.
Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you go ahead. It's fine.
I like the world building in it. The set design is gorgeous, but otherwise it does not age well.
Yeah, his face, like the acting overall was fine. It was just like the makeup, like for 2000, it was probably, or 2001, it was probably amazing.
Mhm.
But I did like the concept. But Tim looked it up, and because he's seen it like a million times because he had kids, little kids at that age whenever it came out. And the little girl, Cindy Lou Who, she is actually the main singer in a metal band called The Pretty Reckless.
Cool.
And so it's really funny because I've actually listened to some of their stuff. And then in the movie, she has like this little girl's voice, and she's just this little tiny blonde. And then you like watch the music videos that she made with Pretty Reckless, and you're like, oh, okay. Totally different, persona. But yeah, overall it was pretty good. In it, there's some, obviously it has different plot points than the book, the story it's based off of.
Yeah, I mean, considering how much trouble, how much of a headache Chuck Jones had padding it out to a half an hour, you can imagine what the screenwriter put themselves through to get it to be, what is it, 90 minutes or?
Yeah, it's something like that. But we enjoyed watching it, and then we watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, because we watch that pretty much every year. So yeah, we watched that. We enjoyed it, and we just kind of relaxed this weekend, and yeah, that was it. We watched Joe Bob.
I don't know
Joe.
if I know that.
Joe Bob Briggs is a
Yes.
drive-in movie
Yes.
critic
Yes.
and reviewer, and he is hilarious. He's one of the reasons I drew when I was coming up with drawing the comic critic, where I came up with the whole idea of extra points for things, because he would give extra points for boobs and kung fu, and oh my god, it was just hilarious what he came up with for its rating system.
And then, so you want to talk about a messed up movie? There you go. Don't Open Before Christmas. That movie, we watched that on Friday, and Tim and I were like, I'm not even sure what we're watching at this point. And Joe Bob, that he actually says that every year that he watches it, he's not even sure what he's watching. It gets worse every year. It doesn't get better. Like, how some movies get better. It does not, in fact, get better with that movie.
Well, if you go to my Letterboxd account on Letterboxd, spelled Letterboxd, no E, which is sort of like what Goodreads is to books, Letterboxd is to movies, a place to keep track and rate your movies. You can also make lists, and I have a list of inappropriate Christmas movies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that is one of them. And of course, Die Hard and The Long Kiss Goodnight, other films that were set during Christmas, but aren't exactly, your standard Christmas fair movie. And other ones like Tree Venge, where all the Christmas trees in this one town decide to, eat people or kill them. But so yeah, I've got almost 200 films on there now. There's been a trend in the last 4 years of Krampus movies.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm only aware of the one, which I thought had whoever directed it did some. I love the shot of when the Krampus first appears, where the victim is running down the street and the Krampus is following her, half blurred by the snow on the rooftops. That is incredibly well done.
You're going to be way more specific, Bill, because there's so many Krampus movies out there.
This is the American one that came out about 6 years ago.
Okay, again, going to need to be more specific.
I know which one you're talking about.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Is it called Krampus or is it called
Yes.
something
yes.
else?
Yeah, it's called Krampus. And it's like, isn't doesn't it I better not give it away. But yeah, I saw it, but it's not super memorable in my mind. I don't know.
It wasn't for me, but as I said, that one scene was very well done, and the one I'm thinking of is 2015.
Yeah. I'm trying to, because see, there's also a movie that's an anthology called A Christmas Horror Story.
Yes.
And
that's
that
the
has
one with
a
William
Krampus.
Shatner. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I get the Krampus story, the full-length movie, and the story from that anthology mixed up. So I don't want to misspeak and say, the plot of one and it's actually for the other.
The earliest inappropriate Christmas movie I could come up with was The Thin Man.
Okay.
Because it was set during Christmas.
When I was scanning your list, the oldest one I saw was The Apartment, but
since then, Stalag 17 is older than that. And if you haven't seen this one, Katie, watch Bell, Book, and Candle. It's Jimmy Stewart being hexed by a witch that falls in love with him. This and another movie were the basis for the television show Bewitched, which I don't know if you've ever watched the television show Bewitched when you were growing up.
I watched it religiously as a child.
I watched it. Yes, I know what it is. Wow. Okay. Oh, especially with Jimmy Stewart.
Oh yeah, this is, it's top notch. It's right in there. And because Bill pointed it out to me, I also added The Lion in Winter. Audrey had Peter O'Toole as, what was he, Richard II or Richard III?
He was Henry III, but Anthony Hopkins was Richard the First in it.
Ah,
though he wouldn't be Richard the First for another couple of years.
But and the first Black Christmas came out in 1974.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. There was an anthology movie, and I'm pretty sure it's on this list, with Peter O'Toole that has Santa Claus. It's one a crazy guy dressed up as Santa Claus goes after a woman with an accident. I'm trying to remember. That was the first Tales from the Crypt. Okay, now I gotta look it up.
Yeah, there was Tales from the Crypt. There was one that they were talking about Black Christmas, and then on The Last Drive-In, Black Christmas and Don't Open Before Christmas were like the two first movies, and then that one you're talking about with Peter O'Toole, I thought they talked about that one too. I'm not sure though.
But every year they come out with more and more. Okay, I just did a look for Don't Open Before Christmas, and it didn't come up on Letterboxd.
Huh.
Maybe it's do not open before Christmas.
Oh, that might be it.
Because Letterbox is very particular. If you don't type in the title just as it is, it won't pop up.
Okay.
I'm going to just type in Christmas and see what comes up. Well, that might be too broad. Yeah, that's too broad. There's don't open. There it is. It's don't open till Christmas. It's not until, so that's what threw me off.
Okay.
Let me see if I have it on my list. Yep, it's on my list.
Mhm. Yeah, it's interesting with Lion of Winter, considering Anthony Hopkins is best known for playing cerebral types like Hannibal Lecter and such. It's rather amusing where his first big role, i.e. Richard in Lion of Winter, he's playing this complete meathead.
Okay, I just added that to my list. So I'm up to 177 films. The most recent one being added, let me go down to the bottom. There were a lot of entries this year in the category of completely schlocky movies.
I trust you have Rainbow. I trust you have Reindeer Games in there.
Oh yeah, but that was years ago. So here we go. We've got a new movie that just came out called Apology, takes place during Christmas. We've got some really obvious one. Oh, there's this horror movie coming out called Silent Night. Takes place during Christmas, and it's the end of the world film where a family decides to go ahead and celebrate Christmas with their extended family in this mansion while this gas that's killing everything is covering the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Really dark British film.
Yeah, and I mean, I've watched two zombie Christmas movies, one Anne versus the Apocalypse, and the other one, when I told Mark about it, he didn't count it on this list because while it's all about the cast celebrating Christmas, it's they're celebrating it in the middle of the summer because because with civilization wiped out, the main character figures he can celebrate Christmas whenever he feels like it.
Is that the one called Wanted? Need a Friend for the End of the World, or
Let me check.
So a couple of schlocky ones. There's one called Slade, and we have Nutcracker Massacre. Oh, and one coming out called The Mean One, which is a Grinch slasher film.
Oh dear.
And then there's this new one where a Christmas tree gets possessed, and it's called The Killing Tree.
Oh, goodness.
Let's see. Last year, oh no, in 2018 we had Santa Stein. And
Here we go.
what's it called?
No, that's not it. That was regular zombie.
One of my favorites that came out was in 2020, one called Batman, with Mel Gibson as a Santa Claus who's had a hit placed on him by a really crafty rich kid. And apparently this isn't the first time someone's gone after Santa Claus. So if you can imagine Santa Claus as a Mel Gibson action film, but still being very sweet Christmas story. I don't know. Mel Gibson kind of redeems himself with this one. I think.
Darn, I don't seem to have it listed. It was. Wait a minute.
I need to.
It's 5 o'clock.
Media.
Oh, hang on, I gotta. There we go. Then, of course, there's Silent Night, Bloody Night. And then, of course, Silent Night, Deadly Night 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I haven't watched number 5 yet. Our local theater just played for Friday Night Frights at the Blue Mouse. They played Gremlins.
Oh, fun. We haven't seen that this year yet either.
So Don't Open Till Christmas came out after Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh,
But by the way, Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 has some of the most over the top, worst overacted deaths. There or just bizarre, random, crazy deaths. There's a couple of those death scenes in that made the list of that. Man, now I'm going to have to watch Silent Night, Deadly Night number 5 because I didn't realize that was on here. Addams Family Values is on here. Batman Returns is on here. That's a Christmas movie. Then there's Santa Claus, of course, that came out in 96. And the Hulk Hogan movie, Santa with Muscles, 1995.
Santa with muscles? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Santa with muscles. If you can imagine Hulk Hogan as a Santa Claus. And of course, Eyes Wide Shut is also a Christmas movie.
Well, now. I wasn't expecting that. But okay. You're right, though. It is set during the holidays, right?
Right. And then we have Santa's Sleigh. Ha ha ha. Oh, here's one that you would like. It's a noir film. It's a John Cusack movie. It doesn't get enough good airtime. It's a really good noir film called The Ice Harvest. And that also happens over Christmas.
I feel
That
like
is
I've heard that.
No way, I'm getting it mixed up with The Ice Storm, which is a very depressing film.
Yeah, that one is for sure.
And if you haven't watched it, I can't remember if it was Norwegian or Finnish, a movie called Rare Exports, a Christmas
Oh, that's
tale.
great.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. but something that's even darker, but works off the whole
Oh,
European version of what Christmas is about. Like Santa Claus has this kind of black character that follows him around and called Black Pete. And there's this movie that came out in 2010 called Saint, and it's basically the tale of that evil Santa Claus and Black Pete. And oh my God, it is gruesome.
yeah. And I just found the one I was talking about, Christmas with Joe R. Lansdale's Christmas with the Dead.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, I'm looking this one up.
I told you about it but before, and you didn't put it on your list because technically it's not Christmas.
Is that because they celebrate it in the summer?
Yeah,
Is that the okay, gotcha.
my cat face is coming out really well.
You know what,
Yeah.
Bill? I'm going to go ahead and add it to the list. I have others that are more on the borderline than this one. Oh, it was on the list. It's number 98 of 177 films.
Yeah, because I remember when I told you about it the first time, you said you'd pass.
Yeah, well, I must have changed my mind. Your
happens.
arguments must have been very convincing. So I'm currently watching, we finally got Disney Plus, and I'm watching She-Hulk.
Okay.
And next on my list, I mean, there's so much to watch on Disney Plus. I decided to skip The Mandalorian, and instead, and after She-Hulk, I'm going to watch Loki.
At the
Oh, nice.
moment, the one that really, at the moment, what has me really tempted to finally give in is Andor.
I've heard lots of good things about Andor. Now, if you started doing your drawing sessions about using Andor as a premise, Bill, I think you'd get a lot more buzz on your social media accounts. Though, you know, because I'm just not hearing the same buzz about the news, the prequel to the Game of Sword ones. What's that one called?
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon. I haven't watched an episode of that yet.
It's pretty. It's good, but they go dark. And I'm talking about something that's in the same setting as Game of Thrones when I say that.
Yeah. I would say that's a fair assessment.
Regrettably, I missed the last 2 episodes because I started volunteering for the election at the very end. And regrettably, the phone bank was when my stories were on.
So, Katie.
Yes.
I sent you a messenger just now. Travis Bundy bought himself a birthday Christmas present of Roddy Piper being interviewed, you know, having the a WF microphone held up to him like he's in his wrestling days, and he's pointing at the chairman guy, but the chairman guy is one of They Live characters, and his head is at the exact same angle as the character in your drawing.
Oh my God, let me look.
Was Piper in any other movies besides this and the Hell Comes to Frogtown?
That was the one I was going to say, is Hell Comes to Frogtown. Other than that, I'm not sure. These are the only 2 movies I know about.
Because the only thing good about Hell Comes to Frogtown were those absolutely amazing masks. It's like they spent the entire budget on them.
Oh my God, I love that t-shirt.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's a pretty amazing t-shirt. And I love how simple they made the alien's face. Like they didn't do like a bunch of craziness. But I can see like where I need to go in and beef mine up and change it a little bit.
So Bill, I'm looking on Internet Movie, not, yeah, on Internet Movie Database to see what else Roddy, but yeah, Roddy did a number of films. Quite a few, in fact. Like he's got 174 credits.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. I'm going back to he had a voice. Let's see, some of the movies, the last ones he made before he died. The Adventures of a Pizza Guy,
Mhm.
The Masked Saint, The Bet, The Chair, and The Green Fairy. Let's see if there's a did one called The Takeaway. I think I heard about that one. That was in 2014. Did a lot of television.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
apparently there was a TV series called A World of Hurt. I've never heard of that one. Oh, he was in apparently that thing I told you about with the Pizza Man. The first movie was called Pizza Man, so it must have been a sequel. Let's see. Alien Opponent. Yeah, this Street Team Massacre. Wow, I wonder what this.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I most of these credits were for television. Let's see. Jack of Hearts. Boy, he was in a lot of, I mean, Superboy, Highlander, Zorro. WrestleMania, Wrestling Superheroes, Hulkmania, Mania. I'm looking to see if he did anything before They Live.
Hell Comes to Frogtown.
That was before? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it's a little more B movie even
Yeah, you were
They
right.
Live.
And between the two of those, he did one called Buy and Sell. The last one's being spelled Cell rather than Sell.
Was he in prison?
I am going to check out to see what the description of this movie is. Herbie Altman is framed for stock fraud by his boss when the SEC starts investigating his company. Sent to prison, he helps a fellow inmate successfully invest his money. Soon, all the inmates want his help. To manage the money, he forms Con Inc. and runs it from the prison underneath the nose of the warden and the guards. But when
Somehow
the
I feel like I've
IRS
seen
and
this.
the SEC begin to investigate this successful company, it looks like he might be in trouble again. So I'm looking to see if he plays an inmate or the starring role. Man, I haven't worked on anything I said I was going to work on yet. I'm just looking at your
You're having a movie day. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's funny. I started going over my own lists, seeing what can need to be updated and maybe work on some new ones.
So Robert Carradine plays Herbie Altman. I think he was from New Kids on the Block. Malcolm McDowell is the evil warden. Let's see. Roddy Piper plays, and his character's name is Cowboy. Okay, so I'm guessing that's a prison name. Most of the prisoners' names have just simple names like Wolf, Raoul, Arthur, Reggie, Munchie, Duke, those type of things. What I like is I like looking for an actor who has like one film, he doesn't even have a photo on Instagram. Oh my God, this guy's been in 9 films, but there's no photo of him on Internet Movie Database.
Oh goodness.
He's even been in things I've seen, like Hercules in New York. Masters of the Universe.
Oh, that takes me back.
He was Beast Man in Masters of the Universe.
Piper?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, if you don't know, Hercules of New York, that's where I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger plays Hercules, and they have him dubbed. Yeah, he plays Hercules. And they dubbed his voice during this movie because, so it looks like an Italian film. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Too funny.
Bizarre. I had the Queen's Highlander theme stuck in my head ever since you mentioned Masters of the Universe.
Got really quiet. I was like, did I lose? I had to look back and see if I lost connection. I was like, did I lose them? It's
Well, I
super quiet.
told myself that I wasn't going to gab away like I did last time.
You're doing great.
And I actually just started doing some work here, so I just was really concentrating.
Oh gosh. I kind of love this cat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give him a little more attitude, but I kind of just wanted to fill him in first. I don't want to fill him in too much because I need to finish, the outfit on the character. But I think he's got a good chance of really. I'll have to put a little glimmer in his eye and define the eyes a little bit better. And after I've done a couple, animals, and this is like my second or third Persian cat, so it's a little easier this time around. Just have to make sure you cover, give it a little dimension. And I think that's the one thing especially I've learned over the last couple of years is, sometimes using the wrong color makes everything right. Like you don't have to use white. You need to use a variety of colors between gray, tan, and it still comes out as white. It just looks more textured and defined.
Yeah. When I'm working digitally, it's very useful to go through the assorted shades of color articles on Wikipedia, because there is the entry on shades of white is very insightful when you're wanting to add something slightly different so it sticks out in front of the other white object you have in the picture.
I kind of wonder if people bred Persians still look hateful.
I've heard rumors that a lot of the what's the word, flat-faced dogs were bred to look like the temple dog statues, but I don't know if that applied to cats in any way.
Yeah, I don't know. I really love the way that like pugs and French bulldogs look, but I was reading about how much they suffer because they can't breathe properly, because where they've been at some point when they get too inbred, like their actual facial structure makes it hard for them to breathe.
Yeah, that's.
I was like, oh my gosh, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, my friend has pugs, and when they were all lying around sleeping, the snoring was. They don't let their pugs sleep in the same room because they snore louder than they do.
They have sleep apnea and they need a CPAP machine.
Oh, don't. I sympathize with them completely then.
Yeah, Mark, this is turning out to be a really, really fun piece here.
Yeah, with the breakdown, I was concerned that the cat seemed a little, they was holding the cat a little too high, but it's working now.
Yeah, this cat's like, listen, I'm the boss here. Just like all other cats.
Mhm.
It's not, this is not a perfect canvas. So it's like, if I sell this one, I'll like, this is more of a one that I'm definitely going to have to take pictures of, scan and modify and make a digital printout of. Because the canvas has a couple imperfections, but I think the right person who loves cats would still be like, I'll take it.
I'm going to take a quick look at the calendar, see if we can do one more epic before the new year. What are your guys' schedule looking like on the 27th?
I'm free.
Because yeah, it's yeah, I think I'm available. I think I'll do it.
That's good because we can the next day is my birthday, so we can
Ah,
have
how
a
nice.
yeah, we've done it on your birthday, so we'll have the day before for mine.
And we should be good here.
So was I less, did I make less noise on the microphone today? Because I have got the microphone not touching my shirt.
Oh, I hadn't noticed, but I guess because it's been super quiet. I didn't realize it was your microphone causing a problem.
Yeah, when it rubs against my shirt, it hangs and it just hits my collar and makes this sound. I was getting comments from other meetings. Okay, so we will do one last epic before the end of the new year on the 27th. Bill, do you have anything to show us that you've been working on?
Okay, well, the main thing, most of what I've been working on is the preliminary sketches. So and it looks kind of sloppy here, but let me show you the Sunday, but let me show you the New Year's strip that I was not working on today, but was spending most of the afternoon.
Well, I'll allow for screen share then.
Right. So here's the New Year's strip so far.
I'm kind of reminded about the restaurant at the end of the world.
Uh-huh.
I'm getting that type of vibe from it. Well, guys, believe it or not, you've managed to watch yet another hour of epic sketch time where the only one doing anything really exciting was Katie. A bunch of heads talking about terrible movies otherwise. I want to thank you for joining us, and please sign up. You can join our mailing link at the doobly-doo to get information on our additional times. And I think my New Year's resolution, I will reveal my New Year's resolution next week.
nice. All right. I want to hear it.
Okay.